You came for rocking chairs and biscuits, but what if the real action is in a kitchen you never see? Today, we're pulling health inspection files that show repeated hits for cross-contamination and food held at the wrong temperatures. If that cozy glow feels safe, hold that thought. We found a location that was even shut down over sanitation failures.
An American classic undergoing a major rebrand. Cracker Barrel is giving its restaurants a modern makeover, and not everybody's happy about it. Jeff Locke is outside of one of the restaurants.
Old man sitting on a chair, leaning on a Cracker Barrel? Not anymore. It's now Just Text, although Just Text is the way it was when the company started back in 1969. They haven't changed it since 1977, and they thought, Jackie, Cracker Barrel is probably the one restaurant chain that could have gotten away without ever changing anything, and people would have been happy. They like it. Dark and old and kind of dusty. But they decided to change things. Like this thing. That sign up there, that's the logo.
And the pattern isn't a one-off. Stay with me. We'll connect those citations to rushed crews, thin training, and a menu built on reheats. By the end, you'll know if nostalgia is worth the risk or if your money should go local. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If the dining room feels safe, why do inspection reports keep flagging the areas you never see? Let's start with the front that sells the dream. The porch rockers, the crowded country store, the staged farmhouse glow. You sit down, the table feels clean, the server is quick, the plates land hot. But the win or loss on your safety is in the back, past the swing door, where food gets held, cooled, reheated, and stored under rules that either get followed or skipped. Here's the rub. Across different stores, inspectors keep marking the same hits. Food sitting too warm or too cold, sanitizer mixed wrong so it doesn't work, raw near ready to eat on the same prep area. That's not nitpicking. That's game over stuff. Why it matters is simple. When hot food drifts down or cold food creeps up, you hand bacteria a lounge chair and a free refill.
Because the profits have been fading a little bit. People like the old Cracker Barrel with the dark walls and all that stuff on the wall, the memorabilia, the farm equipment, tools, old pictures, signs. As stores that are brighter, there are still the memorabilia on the walls, but they're white walls now. Fireplace still is there. And a lot of people said, no, we don't like that. On social media, people have said they took away the Cracker and the Barrel. But a lot of people apparently told the company things are getting kind of shabby in here. So take a look at what they've now posted on social media. This is Cracker Barrel's new rebrand.
In that mid-range danger zone, germs multiply fast. Give them time and you stack risk on a plate that still looks fine. State health departments call these time/temperature control violations. Add cross-contamination, where juices from raw meat touch foods that won't be cooked again, and hand-washing lapses, where the sink is skipped between tasks. These are the basics. They prevent the kind of illness you only notice the next day, not at the table. One store even faced a temporary closure after inspectors logged rodent evidence along with unsafe handling. That is a big red flag by itself. What makes it worse is that similar write-ups show up at other locations.
What's the point? Absolutely horrible, says someone else. John Rich, the country singer, says Cracker Barrel has gone woke. All of this has led to the stock kind of taking a major hit today.
We've been very transparent about our goal of making our stores feel brighter and even more welcoming than they already are, while maintaining that country hospitality and charm that we're known for.
It was down, I think, at one point 12%. Now it's a little bit off the lows, down about 8% right now. The company says this is not about being woke. Nothing has changed except we're trying to give people a nicer, brighter place to enjoy.
When the same failures repeat across stores, you're not looking at one bad shift. You're looking at how the system runs. Inspectors often arrive without a heads up, and that's when the cracks show. So what drives those gaps on a normal day when the clipboard isn't in the kitchen? The truth is, those inspections found serious sanitation failures, unsafe temps, and real contamination risks. The kind of risks that grow when no one is watching.
We haven't even talked about this event in New York City. Maybe they think that's why it's gone woke, because they're having a big launch party today, Jackie, in New York City.
It's called soul food. I mean, please, as if people don't have.
Why is it called Cracker Barrel?
Where they have the rocking chairs and all that sort of thing.
Thank you,
I think
Jeff.
people in New York deserve to have a decent country meal anyway, don't you?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Now let's move on to why these failures keep repeating. Hint: staffing, training, and a reheated menu that pressures the clock. What if the menu is designed for a stopwatch, not a kitchen? Let's start with the model. Many staples are pre-made or industrially sourced, then reheated to order. That keeps plates moving and keeps flavor uniform. It is not automatically unsafe, but it demands tight control of reheating and hot holding with real temperature checks, not guesswork. Now add thin staffing and churn. When a line runs short, basics start to slip. Thermometers sit idle. Hand washing gets delayed. Sanitizer buckets go weak. Raw and ready-to-eat creep onto the same space because there is no time to reset a board. One slip is a blip. A busy shift turns slips into a stack. Here's the chain reaction. One short-handed night means fewer temperature logs. Less logging means less fixing. Food comes out of a bag or pan, gets a fast reheat, and lands under a heat lamp that is not dialed in. If that reheat never hits a safe temp, you are not killing what needs to die. Still looks fine. It is not fine. Former employees describe microwave-heavy prep and pre-cooked components behind the homestyle talk. That tracks with industry practice, and it raises the risk when the reheat step misses its mark. FDA and ServSafe rules are clear about reheating and hot holding. Standardized systems need HACCP discipline, identify the hazard, monitor the step, document the temp. Training gaps make this harder. New hires get pushed to the line before the food code basics stick. Managers juggle tickets, table turns, and labor percent while trying to enforce glove changes and sink runs. Safety becomes the checkbox that gets checked later. Industry data links understaffing to higher violation rates, and the guidance says pre-cooked systems only stay safe when temps and separation are locked in every shift. So if nostalgia sells the front, what protects you in the back when labor cost control rules the day? The truth is, repeat failures track back to a model that prizes speed and lean crews over steady safety checks. That makes violations predictable. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like and share. Next, we wrap with how to eat well without the risk tax. Let's start with the mask and the face. The homestyle brand is the costume. The kitchen system is the truth. And that truth lives or dies on three things: staffing, training, and temperature control. So here's how you protect yourself. Check recent A-grade reports on your local health department site. Ask if they log temperatures and how often they verify hot holding. Watch the hand washing, the glove changes, the sanitizer buckets. Clean, clear, consistent. Choose places that post results and empower trained crews. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Want a safer, tastier swap? Next, we test diner versus chain side by side.